There you are, folks. Ruben Amorim sacked by Manchester United. Earlier today, Manchester United released a statement. Well, initially, David Ornstein came out, Romano came out and said that Ruben Amorim had been sacked by Manchester United, which was later confirmed in the statement. In fact, I'll actually read the statement out because I think that gives a lot away about the situation at Manchester United and what is going on at the minute, because whatever you think of Ruben Amorim, whether you think this is a shock, whether you think he's been good enough, whether you think the board haven't backed him, this at this point has come as a shock in terms of it being this soon, because we were told he was going to be given 3 years. He literally said in his press conference yesterday that he was going to get 3 years, and that has backfired, hasn't it? So the statement goes: Ruben was appointed in November 2024 and led the team to a UEFA Europa League final in Bilbao in May. We all know how that went. With Manchester United sitting 6th in the Premier League, the club's leadership team has reluctantly made the decision that it is the right time to make a change. This will give the team the best opportunity of the highest possible Premier League finish. The club would like to thank Ruben for his contribution to the club and wishes him well for the future. Darren Fletcher will take charge of the team against Burnley on Wednesday. There you have it, folks. And I think the pivotal part in that, the wording is quite specific. This will give the team the best opportunity of the highest possible Premier League finish. And I've been saying this all season in terms of, you can back Ruben Amorim, you can back the projects, you can like the man, you can like the charisma, you can like his ideas. A lot of people did not like his ideas, but you can't hide from the fact that the results have just not been good enough. And I've been quite staunch in the fact that I think another manager could come in and get us top 4 this season with this squad without any changes. I think Ruben Amorim needed a signing in January to even contemplate getting into the top 4. But I do genuinely believe there's managers out there on the market that aren't employed that could come in and get us top 4. In this Premier League season, I'm not saying we are the 4th best team, but I look at the lay of the land, the lay of the teams, how some of the teams have dropped off, how some of the teams are performing in front of us. A little bit of consistency, a little bit of structure puts us in a really good opportunity to get top 4. And what's happened behind the scenes, what has happened in this last week, there's talk of him falling out with Jason Wilcox, the comments in the press conference yesterday, I hadn't even had time to do a video on that. That's how quickly this has all come about. Quite clearly something has broken down between the hierarchy. This isn't a good look for Ruben Amorim in terms of how it's gone at Manchester United. Statistically, the worst manager in 35, 40 years, something like that. It might even be longer in terms of the win rate, a 33 point something percent. Abysmal it has been under Ruben Amorim. But it's also not a good look for Ineos, because Dan Ashworth was let go from the club on the basis that he didn't really want Ruben Amorim and didn't really like the idea. He was let go for that idea. Ruben Amorim was the man. Ruben Amorim was the guy that they went out and spent money to bring in mid-season when we could have gone out, we could have got an interim in, which looks like what we're going to do going forward. No, they went out. They paid out his contract because he was their guy. And 14 months down the line, we are in a situation where he's left. He's left. And that reflects on Barada, it reflects on Wilcox, it reflects on Jim Ratcliffe as the overarching kind of structure at this club. It's the wrong decision. And ultimately, they've got to hold their hands up and say, look, we've made a massive, massive issue out of this. We've made a massive mistake. In whatever regards, whatever's gone wrong, something has drastically gone wrong. And where do we turn now? So Fletcher's going to come in for the Burnley game. I don't mind that. I've seen people kicking off online saying it's nepotism because Fletchers are in the squad, all this type of stuff. I don't think it that. I think he's probably best placed at the squad to take that job. He knows the club inside out. There's a lot of support for Fletcher internally in terms of growing into a future manager. This is a great opportunity for him to kind of show his skill set, what he's about. And he's also a steady pair of hands, isn't he? When Fletcher talks, he doesn't really... He's not a charismatic character, but he's steady. He's going to be able to do press conferences. He's going to be able to sit there and back and support the club, back and support the players. And I think Whether it's 1 or 2 games, whether we see him out until the end of the season, I don't know where it's going to go. I'm not sure what the news is. I need to have a look at that. But I'm happy with Fletcher, especially in that Burnley game. The Man City and Arsenal games, they're ultimately free hits anyway. There were free hits for Ruben Amorim because there's no expectation on us in the current form we are in to go to them teams and beat them. So it's a free hit for anyone. And I think Darren Fletcher is best placed to do that. And then where do we go after that? There's so many names on the list. Glasner looks like one of the favourites. I've just been sent the odds actually off Sky Sports, which should give a good indication of who's in the running. Let's have a look. So you've got Glasner as the out-and-out favourite. Gareth Southgate is the second favourite. Then you've got Darren Fletcher, that must be for the interim. Then you've got Maresca, Kieran McKenna, Iraola, Emery, Carrick, Xavi. And then you're down to like Inzaghi, Pochettino at the 2018 to 1. For me, long term, I really like Nagelsmann. I think that's the play for Manchester United. I like the idea of Xavi. Glasner, not doing it for me. I'll be honest, he's not doing it for me. Southgate, definitely not. Maresca, I can see it. I can see it as another kind of project type thing in terms of, right, he's got an idea, he's got a philosophy. Kieran McKenna, don't mind it. Iraola, don't mind it. Emery, I'm not sold on that. The market isn't great at the minute. There's not one standout name. Nagelsmann is the one for me. Managed at a big club, gonna manage at a big nation in the summer. Big personality, sticks to his principles, sticks to his systems, but I don't think he'd mind coming in and working under this structure. And for me, he's the best candidate. He just is. So that's it, folks. It's out of the blue in a way. You could say it's expected on performance, on result, but ultimately Ruben Amorim has not been good enough as Manchester United manager. I might do a video in terms of looking at the timeline of when he came in, what went wrong, why it's gone wrong, why it's gone so wrong, because it has been so bad. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll see where we get to. Get down in the comments. Let me know who you want the next manager to be. I'm going to do like a short list and just run through the pros, cons of each manager, and we'll see where we get to. Hit the like button, subscribe, and get in the comments and let me know. I'll see you in the next one.